Hello and welcome back to my channel. You'll have all seen Toonpish Wendy do inlays on them wax seal stamps, and I thought, why not try it on some pins? Now I've got this silicone mold stuff. It's pretty decent. It's cheap as chips. I can't remember what it's called. It should say on the bottles. I'll tag it in the not tag it. I'll put it in the description box down below so you know where to get it from if you want something cheap and cheerful. And I've made way too much here. You don't need that much. And I've got this old packaging that I've just shoved it in. Wendy also did this as well and put in some boxes. Um, she's very clever lady. And I've mixed it all. I've done it slowly, but you can see I've obviously sped it all up. And I put way too much on the actual pins. 'Cause like I said, these aren't stamps. These are seals. Sorry, these are pins, badges. Badges. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm putting it on, and as you can see, I've put too much on. It's all puddling off. But the great thing about this stuff is, you just scrape it back off again and reuse it. But I didn't just use um, the badges. I also used embossing folder. Now, this is the first one I could get my hands on. It's at the side of my hand, actually. It's got snowflakes on, I think. I have got a few others, but I thought I'll just try it, just to, see if it works. And I did. And you'll see at the end if it does. Um, but yeah, I've done them all up. I've waited for it to dry. They're all nicely dry. And I thought, I'll just clean my mat so I can put them down on there because you'll not be able to see them. They're just so small. And I even tried putting them up to camera and tilting them, and no, you can't see. And they all need a bit of a trim. In fact, there's quite a few need a trim. Because it's ran off with me putting too much on. That one especially. That one's very, very thin. Ooh, paper thin, but you can just about see. Oh, these are tarot card badges. So we've got like the Three of Cups and some sort of scales. Yeah. And I just wanted to see what they would look like. So this is just me testing it out. It's not to make some gorgeous piece of jewellery or anything like that. It's just to practice and see what I did wrong, and obviously not being level properly. If I'd have done it on my leveling table, it would have been a lot easier. There wouldn't have been no slip sliding then. They'd have stayed on the actual pins better. So this is basically a learning curve for me. And to show that actually you can use more than just wax seals. So yeah, badges that's got raised edges to them, embossing folders. See, I can't remember if Wendy's done that or not, or if anybody else has done it. You, I don't know about anybody else, but I watched that many videos that I forget who's done what, and I have a vague idea of how they did it. So I have to do it myself just to see if I can do it. I like to know if I can do things, even if I never do it again. But these, I do like these, and I think these will come in handy for my miniature stuff. So I could make my own little tarot cards, possibly. So I'll have to see. Oh yeah, I'll have to see if that'll actually work. But you can see through um, the blue that some of them are really, really thin on one side or down at the bottom. But this actually worked an absolute treat. And you can see this one a lot better as well because it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's There's more space around the pattern, whereas the pins, the badges, have lots of detail going on, so you don't see them until you've actually put powder on them. But yeah, you can see the snowflakes and the vine. I mean, that is so much clearer than the actual tarot cards. And so I thought, well, that's what am I going to use? I'll use some UV. Use UV, and we'll see how that goes. Because I am not good with UV. Absolutely rubbish with it. The amount of times I've ruined a project with UV is unreal. I basically use it as glue. So I thought I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna do it in layers, like you're supposed to, and use my UV light, making sure it's all nice and I was gonna say toasty. Well, I suppose yeah, it does get hot. It does get hot. It's not the word I'm looking for. I think it's cured. Yes, it's cured. Oh my days. So, because I want to have a clear front and then the pattern, so it shows up better, I hope. And do the other side as well to make sure it's penetrated through the, what is it? That white thing. Mould. So it's penetrated through the mould, so it gets both sides nicely cured. There. Once I've got my teeth in, I'm all right. I mean, I could have fast forwarded this bit, but it's me. I didn't think. So yeah, I'm putting my next layer on, and I swear that's toothache, but whatever. And then I decide which silicone inlay is going to go into which mould hole. Mould hole? Oh, gold. So I use a round one from the wax seals that I've already done. They've been done a while, I just haven't used them. You can't see them, you really can't. But I chose the fairy. I chose a fairy, and I do remember watching Wendy do this bit, putting resin onto the silicone inlay first, so you got less likely any chance of bubbles. And of course, then you've got to pick it up. So I used, what did I use? Was it my tweezers or my thingy gadget? I think it were tweezers actually. Yeah, it were tweezers. And I plopped it in, get it a bit of a smoosh. And then I did that with the, is that a fairy? Wait, no, it's a castle. I did a fairy though as well. Oh yeah, I did 3, I think. Or did I do 4? No, I did 3. So yeah, I did because I've got quite a bit of resin left behind. So I did the castle, like me pulling a cat hair off, because it doesn't matter how many times you wipe cat hairs away, they just appear. And I took it back out again because it wasn't quite right. So I needed to let some of it drip, and I got a giant blooming bubble. So yeah, I put it back in again after, and we were all sorted. So that's number 2, and now I'm taking out the tarot card, and I'm taking out the castle. And where's the other one? Oh, I did that one separately. Oh, you'll see that at the end, the fairy. It needed a bit of a clean up, to be fair. It's not as good as the other 2. But I used a brush to get in there, just to get into the tiny spaces, and then cleaned up round the edges so that it stood out a bit more. I used blue on the, is that a castle? Yeah, it is a castle. I keep arguing with myself, and I can see the actual end result in my editing software. I am such a plonker. But yeah, I use the alcohol spray just to clean round, make sure it's got a nice crisp edge. And this is colour UV resin because I wanted a darker background, and I don't think it was dark enough for me, to be honest. I think it needed more but or a different colour. To be fair, I think it should have just been epoxy resin and done black. Black would have been much better. But I really don't like these colours in these resins. They're just a bit bland for me. So I'm just using them up. Like I said, this is just a practice. Although I do think they turn out pretty well. I really do. And when I looked at the actual shapes that's on the, oh my God, words are so blooming hard. When I looked at the actual outlines of the castle and the tarot card, I did wonder if I could actually just put metallic pen on them, on the actual lines. I know they're a bit small, but that might be a next idea. We'll have to see. Yeah, I'm using blue on this one. I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with these resins at all, but some of the colours are a bit bland. Although I do like this blue. Don't get me wrong, I do like this blue. But I do rectify them to make them pop a bit more. And I'll show you how in a minute. It's pretty easy, really. And I suppose everybody's done this as well, so I'm probably not the first one to the party. Never am. I don't like parties, to be fair. I don't like people sometimes. I like to be in my own little bubble, out of the way of everybody. But you can see, because it's so bright in my living room for the sun, you can see it's starting to get a little bit cured. But I'm trying to pop the bubbles that's all the way around. Because obviously I'm squeezing the bottle, and every time I let go, it causes a bubble. I'll put more in, look. So I think I use my lighter, long neck lighter again, just to whizzle over the top. You'll have to excuse the way I talk. I'm so common, it's unreal. But I'm putting some more in here because I don't think there's enough. But that blue one, yeah, really does need whizzling over. My alcohol spray was not working properly. I don't know what happened to it. Being right daft. But yeah, just pop these bubbles on here with that. And that one's good to go. I'm hoping I did check what I did with the blue one. Oh yeah, I'm obviously doing something. Yeah, just checking out bubbles. It's hard when you do a voiceover, remembering what you did. I mean, I have issues with my memory anyway, so I'm a bit stuffed, really. But I can't always talk when someone's in the house, because it's not fair to tell them to shut up while I'm doing something. I can still see a bubble on there. Why couldn't I see that before? Unless it's just the way the light hits it, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to cure these with my UV light, and then you'll see the results soon. But yeah, I don't let you see the rest of this being lit up because we'll be here forever. So I've got them done. I don't think they're dark enough, but they've come out cured, which is a bonus. Yay! A cured resin. UV anyway. And again, can't really see it. So tiny. And the lighting in my room is not great. But the pictures will show. It'll give it its justice. I mean, I even switched the lights off to try and get the glare away, but no, that didn't work. But to make them pop a bit more, I used black UV nail varnish. Simples. Easy done. Absolutely fantastic. Made them pop a little bit more. So yeah, that's great. So I'm going to take some photos. You can see the photos at the end. And there's an extra piece with a fairy in it. And you will see them clearer. So if you liked it, put a thumbs up. Comment. Love you all. Thanks for being here. Bye.